My name is Sofia Alvarez. I was just 23 when my life changed forever. A waitress at Rivera's Diner balancing shifts with night classes for my business degree. That autumn evening, I noticed Marcus Reed in my business development seminar. His confidence, thoughtful questions, and passion for entrepreneurship drew me in immediately. 3 weeks later, we were inseparable. Marcus was 28, charming, with ambitious dreams. Each failure is just redirecting me to where I'm supposed to go, he told me over coffee, green eyes glowing with passion. I've finally found it, custom logistics software for small businesses. I fell hard for him, not just his looks, but his vision. Soon, I was helping him refine his business plan, researching competitors late into the night. When my tax refund of $800 arrived, meant for textbooks, I offered it for his business costs. It's an investment, I insisted, in us, in what we're building together. Our relationship deepened. I dreamed of building businesses side by side, while Marcus showed affection through small gestures, surprise takeout on exam nights, listening to my ideas, making me laugh when everything felt overwhelming. Then came that Tuesday in April. My period was late. Morning sickness hit during my breakfast shift, sending me rushing to the bathroom, while Mrs. Rivera watched with concern. I took the pregnancy test in a campus bathroom. 2 pink lines. Fear mixed with unexpected joy as I pressed a hand to my still flat stomach. That evening, I invited Marcus over and cooked his favorite pasta. He arrived excited about a potential investor interested in his prototype. This could be it, Soph. The break I've been waiting for. That's amazing, I said, my voice tight. I have news too. I'm pregnant. I told him. The animation drained from his face. Are you sure? I nodded, placing the test on the table. About 6 weeks. He paced my apartment, running hands through his hair. This can't be happening. Not now. We can figure this out. I began, hand moving instinctively to my stomach. You don't understand. This investor wants someone 100% committed. No distractions. A baby changes everything. It felt like a slap. A baby isn't a distraction, Marcus. It's our child. I never wanted children, he said, avoiding my eyes. This is my dream, Sophia. Mine. I can't abandon it because of one mistake. Mistake. That word echoed like a cruel taunt. I'm keeping this baby. I said, throat tight. He shook his head. Then you're on your own. You're walking away? Just like that. That baby would ruin everything, my business, my chance at investors, all of it. Get out. I screamed, hurling a mug at the wall where it shattered. That night, rain lashing against my windows, I faced my reality. 23, pregnant, working minimum wage, completely alone. My savings gone into Marcus's business. My family estranged. It's just us now, I whispered, hand on my stomach. I promise. I will give you everything. By dawn, my tears had dried, replaced by hardened resolve. Marcus had taken my money, trust, and heart, but not my future or my child's. The months that followed were brutal. Mrs. Rivera noticed my morning sickness and moved me to register duty, a small kindness that nearly broke me. I pushed through classes despite exhaustion, determined to finish before the baby came. At 6 months pregnant, my academic advisor connected me with Victor Nolan from Horizon Tech. Though visibly pregnant, I presented my business efficiency concepts. When he asked when I was due, I thought my opportunity was lost. Instead, Victor offered an internship starting after my maternity leave, part-time, flexible hours with childcare assistance. I gave birth to Lila Maria Alvarez on a stormy October night. Mrs. Rivera became her unofficial grandmother while I finished my degree, graduating 2 months after giving birth. At Horizon Tech, my perspective as both service worker and new mother gave me unique insights. By Lila's second birthday, I'd been promoted twice with a tripled salary. We moved to a modest two-bedroom apartment with a small yard. When Lila was 4, Victor announced Meridian Group wanted to acquire us and promote me to lead the expanded Market Insights division. The stock options from that acquisition changed our lives completely. By Lila's 7th birthday, I'd started Alvarez Tech, focusing on business efficiency solutions. On her 10th birthday, at a luxury beach vacation, I received news that my company's valuation had crossed 8 figures. I was a millionaire many times over. 2 years later, at 35, I had everything: financial security, professional respect, and most importantly, a healthy, happy daughter. Alvarez Tech had expanded to 3 offices nationwide. Then came the email that shattered our peace. After 12 years of silence, Marcus Reed wanted to meet. 3 hours after declining his request, my assistant announced, "There's a Marcus Reed in the lobby." I stood behind my desk. When he entered, Marcus had aged. Boyish charm faded, lines around his eyes, slight paunch his expensive suit couldn't hide. But his confident, crooked smile remained. "I made a mistake, Sophia," he said. "I want to make amends to you, and to my child." "Her name is Lila," I said coldly. "And she's not your anything. You surrendered that right when you walked out. I'd like a chance to know her." "Why now, after 12 years?" Life has a way of clarifying priorities. I've had some setbacks recently. Setbacks. I almost laughed. He hadn't had a moral awakening. He'd had financial difficulties. "Your company never quite took off, did it?" He flinched. "The market changed. And now you've remembered you have a daughter. How convenient." Reluctantly, I arranged a meeting. Lila, now 12, was curious but wary. Marcus arrived bearing expensive gifts that made her uncomfortable. As brunch progressed, he subtly steered conversation toward our lifestyle while remaining vague about his own circumstances. When saying goodbye, he suggested taking Lila shopping alone next time. Before I could intervene, Lila asked bluntly, "Why did you leave my mom when she was pregnant with me?" Marcus composed his features into regret. "I was young and scared. But you never tried to find us. I didn't think your mother would want me around." Lila looked at me, then back at him. "Mom never stops me from doing the right thing, just because it's hard." In the car afterward, Lila declared, "I don't think I want to see him again." 2 days later, Marcus showed up at her school. That evening, a legal notice arrived. He was suing for parental rights and financial support, claiming I had alienated his daughter and unfairly benefited from his genetic contribution. My legal team confirmed what I suspected. Marcus wasn't just seeking parental rights, but access to Lila's substantial trust fund. The court appointed Sarah Chun as Lila's guardian ad litem, while Marcus launched a media campaign portraying himself as a victim denied access to his beloved daughter. The night before court, Marcus called offering a settlement, $10 million and monthly support of $50,000. The alternative is a very public, messy court battle. He threatened. When we returned to court after the Guardian's investigation, her report was unequivocal. Mr. Reed made no attempts to contact or support his daughter for 12 years. His sudden interest coincides precisely with Ms. Alvarez's financial success. Judge Martinez denied his requests, citing his complete abdication of parental responsibility and transparent attempt to capitalize on the child's financial prospects. Marcus filed an appeal, then violated the restraining order by texting Lila directly on her 13th birthday with manipulative messages. "Your mother is keeping us apart because she wants to control you and your inheritance." When these tactics failed, Marcus sent similar drunken messages to business associates, explicitly stating his intentions regarding Lila's trust fund. A disgusted recipient forwarded everything to the courts. The judge's final ruling was comprehensive. Marcus's parental rights permanently terminated, restraining order extended indefinitely. That evening, watching the sunset on our balcony, Lila asked, "Mom, was it hard raising me alone all those years?" Yes, I admitted honestly. There were nights I cried from exhaustion, but not once did I regret my choice to have you. You weren't a burden, you were my motivation. 5 years later, I'm 40 and Lila is 18, heading to Stanford University. I've channeled my experiences into the New Beginnings Foundation, supporting single parents pursuing education or entrepreneurship. Lila interned there, bringing her unique perspective to our programs. My personal life changed too. I reconnected with David Chun, who understood that Lila would always be my priority. When he proposed, he asked for Lila's blessing first. We married in a small ceremony with Lila as my maid of honor. Marcus never contacted us again. As Lila prepares for college, I reflect on our journey from that rainy night in my tiny apartment to this spacious home filled with love and possibility. Last weekend, sorting through Lila's belongings, she found an old journal. Sometimes I wonder if I'm missing something by not having a dad. But then I think about how Mom is basically two parents in one. Maybe having one person who loves you completely is better than having two who only half care. Together, we transformed pain into purpose, abandonment into strength. Marcus left us with nothing, believing we would fail. Instead, we built everything: success, security, and an unbreakable bond. Today, Lila walks through the world not as someone abandoned, but as someone chosen and cherished. And I, the waitress who once had nothing but dreams, have found peace I never thought possible. We made it, and whatever comes next, we'll face it the same way we've faced everything else.